The $3 million Classic coming up, and 8 of the 9 starters are Kentucky breds. No lights at Churchill Downs, so they'll be racing in the November dusk of a cool, damp day. Exciting day it has been.
And here's the way the betting will begin for the $3 million Breeders' Cup Classic. The 3-year-old 49er, hoping to be champion of that division, is 7-2 as the wagering begins. And the favorite, looking to be perhaps horse of the year, Alysheba at 6-5.
5 out of the 6 winners today, Kentucky breds. We've examined key words in racing, words that conjure up images of what the thoroughbred represents: intensity, hope, beauty, preparation, solitude. Ridden by the dynamic 25-year-old Julie Crone, the first female to ride in the Breeders' Cup. She's part of history, but with over 1,400 wins, is much more proud of the fact she's 4th in the U.S. She's a real-life edition of the old romance between girl and horse, and the girl who goes out and beats the boys in a race. And it all began at Churchill Downs. Her mother, an advanced dressage rider, took Julie to the track at age 14, lied about her age, and Julie began galloping horses and living her dreams.
That's the first place, Churchill Downs. I was galloping horses for Clarence Bicu, and I was going down the stretch, and it was the first horse I ever galloped. And he was talking to me, and he's going... And I started reciting Stevie Cawthon and Affirm coming down the stretch. And I was like, I know the book by heart, the kid, and I was like rehancing it in my brain, and I was thinking about the stretch drive, you know, and I was like, and the guy, he says I started picking up speed, and Clarence Bicu says, slow that horse down, you know. And I was looking up at the beautiful top of Churchill Downs and stuff, and I was like, I was just living a dream. And now it's just come true tenfold, riding a Breeders' Cup. It's unbelievable.
Owners' dreams begin with plans for the breeding shed. Julie thinks that her love for horses and riding began before birth.
My mother rode with me when she was pregnant, as in walking and trotting and things, not anything intense. She said I was meant to be. You know, they teach children things in the womb now and stuff. My mom and I believe in that. Just from the very beginning, it was precision riding, dressage, and things like that. And she taught me everything about horses. I knew all the parts about a horse when I was 9. I was allowed to be in love with ponies and in love with animals and stuff. It was almost like it was all meant to be to put me on the racetrack.
Julie is 25, yet she possesses the freshness and joyful spirit and hopes of the young kids that admire her.
Children to me are like just spectacular. There's just something about them, and it's very exciting. And to me, it's nothing but flattering when people find me attractive or think, you know, or little kids go, wow, you're really great. And it's hard because it's me, and I have to remember in the back of my head the first time I met Willie Shoemaker, or if I could have ever met Stevie Cawthon when I was in school and he was a hero on TV. I have to keep that in my mind, that I'm to those people what they were to me. And, you know, Shoemaker, when I met him the first time, he was just out of this world. Just took all the time with me and paid attention, and I was, like, so happy. It just, like, made my life. It was unbelievable.
And earlier this year at Canterbury, a duel at the Downs, Julie on the rail in a match race, beating her idol.
To ride a match race with him and to be considered like that, it was just, the whole day was just astounding. I'll never forget. It was like something. In fact, I took his goggles. I made him sign them, too. I have his goggles in my trunk.
Petite and perky and 100 pounds, but don't be fooled. Julie Crone is steely tough, ignoring the inherent dangers of her sport.
When I ride, I never think about it, ever. You know, it's the kind of thing where animals. They're animals, and they're here with you, and the next day they're not, and that's how life is, and that's how things happen. I live and die by this decision that I make every day, and that's what I do. I don't ever second guess it. When I'm out there on the track, I have no fear, and I just ride, and that's all I do.
And no one is more interested in the outcome of this next race than Julie Crone's mother, Judy Crone. When this all started here at Churchill Downs 9 years ago, when you falsified her age, did you ever imagine it would come to this?
Well, Harvey Pack said a few things about a horse called Easy Goer in the last segment, a few segments ago. And really, I've kind of been in awe of Julie all her life and her abilities, and I thought that maybe something like this could be a possibility, or I never would have done it.
A big ride coming up on 49er. Did she say anything to you before this race day?
Not really, because we haven't had much chance to talk, because you guys have been taking up all our time.
Well, then let's go down and watch her ride. All right, Dick?
What a proud mother, and as Julia has been riding in New York, she waves after every race, letting her mother know watching in Florida that she's with her.
Here's the post parade now for the classic. Personal Flag, who is a brother to Personal Ensign. He defeated WAQUOIT in the Grade 1 Suburban back in July. Always close, but I don't think he's going to like this off track. The other half of the entry, 1A, is Seeking the Gold. He's a 3-year-old, worse than second only once in his career when he was 7th here in the Derby. He's lost twice by a nose to 49er, whom he grew up with at Claiborne Farm. Number 2 is WAQUOIT, Dick.
Yeah, this Cinderella, the glass slipper, might just fit for this New Englander.
He is named for a small town on Cape Cod, the first New England-based horse to have won over $1 million, trained by 70-year-old Guido Federico and owned by his cousin Joseph, who put up $360,000 to make him a supplemental entry. He has speed. He loves the slop. Number 3, SLEW City SLEW, another speed horse. The first Wayne Lucas entry in the Classic. Pushed Alysheba to a neck in the Meadowlands Cup 3 weeks ago. Lafitte Pincaille picked up the mount here after he was taken off 49er for failing to cross a New York picket line. And look who will be right next door, 49er. Bidding to edge Risen Star as champion 3-year-old. 49er is a picture of courage and consistency. The only time he was worse than second in 12 starts was in the Preakness when he engaged Winning Colors in a speed duel. He's won 4 races by a nose. He'll be retiring this year. Number 5, Lively One, a late-running 3-year-old colt who tried to give Charlie Whittingham back-to-back Classic wins. He hasn't won since July.
Well, Alysheba, the favorite for Horse of the Year, coming to Churchill Downs today, but with Personal Ensign winning again, Alysheba almost has to win.
I agree. He probably has to win to be Horse of the Year, but he knows how to win here. One of his greatest moments here at Churchill Downs in the Derby, when he recovered from a bump that nearly knocked him to his knees to win the race. He's won 6 of 8 this year, set a track record in each of his last 2 outings, and a win here would make him racing's all-time leading money winner. Sloppy track, not his best surface, though. Cutlass Reality is the 7 horse. He's also a supplemental entry. Cost $360,000 to get him in. After a single victory in 1987, he's now won 6 of his last 7 races at 4 different tracks. And number 8, CRYPTOCLEARANCE, 5th in last year's Classic. He dances every dance, usually gets a piece of the purse with a strong closing kick.
And let's look at how the wagers see this race. Personal Flag and Seeking the Goal at 5-1. WAQUOIT bet down to 5-2. SLEW City SLEW at 16-1. 49er 7-2. The third choice. Lively One a long shot. Alysheba the favorite 8-5. Cutlass Reality a big price at 15-1. And CRYPTOCLEARANCE 19-1. They'll be running for $3 million. Darkness with no lights at Churchill Downs, and then it snows. It's snowing in Louisville in the darkness. Here's a recap of the day when it was a bit brighter. The sprint was won by Gulch and Angel Cordero. The fillies, Wayne Lucas again, and Cordero again. 1, 2, 3. Open Mind, another great ride by Cordero, Darby Shuffle, and Leah Lucinda. The Distaff, truly great race. Personal Ensign retires, winning 13 of 13. And Miesk in the mile repeats her win of last year in the Breeders' Cup Mile. The Colts, and looking ahead to the Derby, Pincaille aboard. Is it true? Certainly was today. And we've just seen the turf at 1.5 miles, and great communicator, a $26.80 payoff, the upset winner wire-to-wire under Ray Seville. Now the $3 million Classic, going the American Classic distance, 1.25 miles, same as the Kentucky Derby. The field of 8 will break out of a chute at the head of the home stretch. Plenty of time to sort things out before the clubhouse turn. Key is to be on or close to the lead before the final turn for home. This is the 15-round championship fight, the Olympics 1,500 meters. Here's a preview.
49er has won $1,800,000 this year. First or second in 11 of 12. Woody Stevens has this horse ready. He lost the Derby to Winning Colors by a neck in May. Seeking the Goal, 7th in the Kentucky Derby. And what a battle in the Travers at Saratoga. A mile and a quarter, 49er, and seeking the gold.
With Risen Star retired, these are our best 3-year-olds, and they are very good. That's 49er along the inside. Here comes Seeking the Gold. He's going to catch him. Looks like he's going to blow by. But watch 49er dig in. A horse with heart, courage, a true racehorse. And there's WAQUOIT, the pride of New England. His colorful trainer, Guido Federico, bringing him down here. He likes mud, he likes the lead, and the thing he likes most is horse racing.
And Alysheba loves to win. Alysheba likes this racetrack. Won the Derby here in '87. Let's go back to the Woodward at Belmont in mid-September. Alysheba with Chris McCarron up, winning his third Grade 1 in succession.
This is what Breeders' Cup was made for. Alysheba returning as a 4-year-old. The Derby winner at Churchill last year, he's back. He's going to prove himself. Jockey Chris McCarron does everything right. WAQUOIT tries to steal an easy lead, but Chris moves his horse closer. He's going to catch them. One of the things about Alysheba, he doesn't like to win by 10, and that's why 3 of the horses you see in your picture will be in the Classic today.
Well, Harvey was close in the last one. He had Sunshine Forever, finished second. Well, he's down to $28, and the question now is, are we having fun yet?
Well, Dick, I can tell you this. Yesterday, packed like great communicator, and you talked yourself off of it, or somebody did.
Do the same thing with fake money that you do with real money. You tout, you say, I did hit the exacta, but that's on my own.
Here's your last chance.
I'm ready to go. Considering the available light, I'm looking for a dark horse. So I'm going to go with $20 to win, hoping that Mr. McGahee can pull it out with this entry, and $8 to win on the pride of New England, WAQUOIT, and then I'm tapped.
All right, well, Dick, I happen to like Personal Ensign. It should be a dandy.
In the Gloman, a couple of dark horse choices for Harvey Pack. Well, that's a familiar sight, but not quite under these circumstances. The head of the stretch where they start the Kentucky Derby. But it's not the bright sunshine of a May afternoon. It's the darkness of a late November Saturday. Now, the darkness, how does it affect the race, Tom Hammond? Is it troublesome more to spectators than horses?
I think only the spectators suffer. The horses are used to coming out in darkness. They're on the track at daybreak or before in the mornings. I don't think it'll disturb the horses or the jockeys. Maybe uncomfortable for the fans, but no danger to the horses. The big question here is Alysheba, can he handle an off track? The last time he raced on an off track, the Travers at Saratoga last summer, he didn't run a good race. $1,350,000 to the winner would make Alysheba the winningest horse of all time.
He would pass John Henry up near the $7 million mark. Well, last year denied by a nose, Alysheba. Let's see about 88. Let's go to Tom Durkin.
The day to crown champions. Now time for the jewel in the crown, the $3 million Breeders' Cup Classic, and they're off. SLEW, City SLEW breaks alertly, and 49er is moving right with him. WAQUOIT is out for the early lead now, and Cutlass Reality on the outside. Alysheba's come out 5th. And as they pass beneath the twin spires for the first time, it's the gray New Englander WAQUOIT with a short lead. SLEW, City SLEW is running right with them early. They're moving at a lively pace now. They've opened up 5 lengths on Cutlass Reality 3rd. Alysheba is off the rail racing 4th. Then farther back, 49er has been taken back in 5th position. And the 2 Phipps color bearers are running together, seeking a golden personal flag. Then a gap of 4 lengths back to CRYPTOCLEARANCE, who's allowed to settle in an early gallop. And Lively One trails the classic field as they make their way into the backstretch. WAQUOIT pressed all the way by SLEW, City SLEW. Those two continue as a speed duel continues on down the backstretch. Cutlass Reality is 5 lengths off them in 3rd. It's another 4 to Alysheba now, who is 8 lengths off the lead. And just to his inside, 49er now. Julie Crone asking him for run. A half-mile out. And now the field moving for the far turn. It is WAQUOIT now beginning to shake loose from SLEW, City SLEW. Cutlass Reality is moving in closer 3rd. Alysheba begins to roll now. He's making his move as they round the far turn. And then Personal Flag and Seeking the Gold are both moving together now as they come to the top of the stretch. CRYPTOCLEARANCE is kicking in now, and he's moving into contention. He's just 5 lengths off the lead. Then it's Lively One. 49er is now the trailer as the field comes to the top of the stretch. It is Cutlass Reality and WAQUOIT. Alysheba set down for the drive. Personal Flag is moving through an opening toward the rail. Seeking the Gold on the outside. They're coming to the final furlong. WAQUOIT is tenacious. Alysheba is right there. And on the outside, Seeking short lead. He's unyielding, seeking the gold. A final move as they come to the wire. And Alysheba, America's horse, has done it. Alysheba returns to the site of his greatest victory, and he does it here again at Churchill Downs. Alysheba wins the world's richest horse race, and he's now the world's richest horse.